They have to move. Okay?
I don't know, so you have to wait till it moves the car. You want just wait on this side? We have to wait. Behind the barricade. Over there, behind the barricade.
There's an investigation going on. This is literally my apartment.
Nobody's coming through this block. Nobody. Luca, let me get some tape. Nobody's getting through there.
He's coming from here. Okay. He's on the black car. He's coming from here. So when he comes, I ask him.
How the fuck would I know? I mean, do they walkie me? Do they walkie talkie me?
Here too.
Get on the news.
Talk about what you heard.
We were eating outside of Mogador, and what was it, 3 shots?
Yeah, and we smelled some kind of gunpowder smell. And then when the guy ran by as quick as I've never seen anybody run, like
a bunch of people, it was like 3 shots, and then a bunch of people ran.
Did you think it was shots at first? Or
I thought it was firecrackers at first, but
I thought it was
she's from Cleveland, so she was like, those are gunshots, get under the table.
Julie, I'm from this neighborhood.
Did you mention you ducked under the table?
Yeah.
Well,
he was like carrying it.
there was no room for me, so I just picked up a glass and was waiting for somebody to come and get me.
Floor, remember
and then we went around and got into the restaurant. But
and did you see the victim who got shot?
We didn't see any of that.
Shot?
We heard it was a male victim.
We didn't see any of that.
Condition.
Oh, okay.
No, we didn't
I
see
just saw
any
one
of
guy
that.
run really fast away. He screamed when he was running. He had that kind of sound.
Yeah, we didn't see anything. We were tucked in like a little alcove.
We smelled smoke. Like a
You guys, made it out safely.
Well,
and,
we ran into the restaurant to get away from it.
I felt like
Police came
hugging
pretty
everyone
quickly.
around me. That was my feeling. I wanted to hug everyone because it's hard times. You have to live with that sound. It's not the. It's the kind of gun. Because people had small guns in the past in different parts, but not to shoot in public with a crowded, that's more normal now. So when I was sitting there I didn't know if it was a so-called personal, small, localized thing, or if it was an active shooter thing where the gunshots would continue and it'd be like a massacre. That was my thought. Because, yeah, because I hear normal gunshots in different parts of the country with just gunshots. But in this situation, the way people were running, it felt like it could have been a person who would have kept
probably 20 people running,
shooting as they
something like
walked
that.
down the street, like
20 people
Rambo
you
or
saw
something.
It was just 3 shots and then just like a wall of people running past us. So we kind of just hid and waited to see if there was more shots, or I peeked to see if there was somebody
So we
coming.
could go around the corner and get in that restaurant, and we went inside.
Are you guys visiting? Or are you guys living around here?
I live here. He's visiting.
I'm visiting from
used to live
Chicago.
on the
She used
next
to live in this
block.
neighborhood.
Yeah, very next block.
Well, you mentioned you were visiting. You should expect to see anything like this visiting New York.
I used to live here, but I lived here for 8 or 9 years and never saw anything like that.
Do you worry about your safety?
I feel safe in New York. I feel like it's a friendly town, but that was intense.
That's unusual.
And will you be coming back to eat here?
Yeah, I love that place.
Of course. This is home. You don't abandon home. And you abandon it to crap like that. As long as it's not somebody like Rambo going down the street. That's what I didn't know, because the gunshots were so powerful. If I was in Cleveland, the people that I stayed with, they would know, they would be able to identify by the sound what it was. It sounded like a Rambo gun, right? It was very...
It wasn't, it was an automatic fire. It was definitely 3 distinct shots. So, but it doesn't mean somebody's not walking around with a pistol. So we didn't know. But we couldn't see it.
Thank you so much. Can you give me your first and last names?
What is this going to be on?
Local news.
Okay, Ken Taylor.
Can you spell it?
Kentaylor.
Leanne Brown, Lee space ANNBROWN.
She's the best poet goddess in the city. Julie Zell Patton.
Julie.
Julie, then Ezelle, then Patton. I had to get that in, because that's how you represent this neighborhood.
Which station are you
It's like,
from?
You mentioned you were at the restaurant. Can you tell me about what you heard?
Yeah, so I was sitting in the greenhouse of Bar Luna over here, and I heard 2 gunshots go off and people started running down the street. And even people in the restaurant that I was eating at got a little freaked out and started. I thought it was maybe gunshots, but I wasn't positive. I know a lot of things can sound like gunshots, and this is typically a pretty safe area, so I wasn't really sure, but I wanted to play it safe, so I did go inside at one point.
You mentioned, how many people did you see running?
At least 70 people, over the course of a few minutes, yeah.
And anything else you'd like to say about victim? Did you see the victim?
I did not see the victim, but I really hope the victim is okay, and I'm thinking about everyone that was on the scene, because it's definitely a very scary thing to be witnessing, and I'm really just praying for the safety of this great city.
Or do you live around here?
I recently moved here, actually. I moved here within the past 2 months.
Are you expecting to see shootings, running kind of situation?
Unfortunately, I feel like that's the world we live in now. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not overly surprised.
And you're going to be coming back here? You fear for your safety at all?
I'll be coming back here. I really like this area, and thankfully we have amazing security professionals and law enforcement that are going to be helping to keep this city safe.
Thank you so much. Can you get your first and last name?
My first name is Emily, and my last name is Amuyal.
Can you spell it?
No, that's okay.
Just your first name is fine too.
Emily.
Can you spell it?
Emily.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. All right, guys, tell me about what you heard tonight.
We were just hanging out in the apartment, and we heard a bang and then a bang bang. So it sounded kind of like gunshots, for sure.
Nope. But then we looked out the window, a couple people running out, a lot of people running away.
Seeing people running, you're hearing these shots.
Yeah, so we live right there, so we just looked out, a lot of people screaming and running, and sometimes it's hysteria, so we kind of thought maybe it was nothing, but it turned out it was a pretty quick response, so
sirens later, serious. Kind of put 2 and 2 together, but took some peeks outside, didn't seem pretty.
Yeah.
Just hope everyone's all right.
Did you see the victim? We heard a male was shot.
We had a friend see someone leave in a stretcher. We have I have no idea what happened with
He
them.
identified it as a male.
Seemed healthy on the way out.
Healthy out. You see in stable condition.
Stable condition. I'm not a nurse or a doctor. I have no idea. So.
Any CPR on that victim? Pumping the chest.
We didn't see any. We didn't see any.
Didn't see CPR.
So I don't know if that's a good or bad sign, but yeah, didn't see any.
Active.
You guys visiting? You guys live around here?
I live on 92, so right here.
You guys, how often do you notice shootings from?
This is the first.
Listen.
Yeah.
You worried about your safety?
No, I don't think so.
Will you come back, for nightlife and such?
Well, yeah, I live here, so I will be coming back.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks.
Thank
you.
First and last names?
Austin.
Will.
Can you spell it?
Thanks. AUSTIN.
Thank you, guys.
Take care.
So you mentioned you lived,
Yeah, I live up on nearby, up on 18th Street.
What are your thoughts on this shooting? What's your reaction?
Shots are surprising. There's definitely been a lot of sketchiness in the neighborhood. I saw a guy like revive. See, there you go. With a Narcan thing a couple of months ago. What's that?
Narcan, you said?
Yeah, Narcan, yeah.
Someone overdosed?
It was an overdose. I saw it right in front of me. And then another homeless guy came back. He said he had 5 Narcans in his pocket because his best friend died on Halloween. And he revived the guy before EMS got there. That you see that sort of stuff, but that's sketchiness and whatnot. You don't generally see active shooters kind of things. It's a new level. There's a lot of danger. And nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. It's a very tense time in the city. COVID, there's problems everywhere. They're trying to blame it on one person, this person, that person. It's just stressful time in America. What I see.
Shootings in the neighborhood?
I haven't noticed shootings, no. I've noticed, vagrancy, drug problems, a lot of sketchiness. I haven't seen shootings. That's a new element of danger.
Would you say it's unusual?
No, you've seen it. It's not prevalent. It's not that it's never happened. The Brooklyn subway guy was arrested a few blocks away for the guy who was shooting everybody up in the subway. He was arrested in a McDonald's, so it's not unheard of to dangerous shit going down here. It's an active neighborhood, plenty of nightlife problems.
What about your safety when walking around at night or anything?
Maybe I'm naive. I feel relatively safe. Myself, if I had like young kids, I don't know how I'd want them out at this time of night. It's definitely it's a more dangerous city than it was 10 years ago. No two ways about that.
Thank you so much. Can you get your first and last name?
Keith Kelly.
Can you spell it?
Keith, Keith, Kelly, Kelly.
Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. You're out here for the nightlife. How do you feel about this shooting happening in St. Mark's?
I mean, it's just crazy. You'd expect it's just with normal nightlife, but there's a lot of stuff that happens in New York, and you're like, wow. You're just like, what's a normal night here?
How often do you come to East Village?
I mean, I live here, so I'm here every night, and you don't expect things like that to just happen, but it's normalcy that you're starting to see more and more.
How often do you notice shootings?
Well, you hear about it in the news more and more, but it's not something that's normal to the East Village area, but I'm seeing them happen more and more.
And you fear about your safety at all?
It's starting to grow, but now that I'm seeing it on the streets that I live on, it's starting to become a little bit more scary.
Thank you so much, man. You want to give your first name and last name?
Yeah, Matt Mayali.
Can you spell it?
Yeah, M-A-I-A-L-E, and then Matt, M-A-T-T.
Thank you so much.
Of course.